These are the world's most valuable companies right now. But what exactly made them so dominant? In this video, we'll explore their journeys and uncover the secrets behind their success. Starting with Nvidia, currently the most valuable company in the world with a staggering market cap of around $4 trillion. To put that in perspective, that's even larger than the GDP of the United Kingdom. The story began in 1993 when 3 chip engineers sat inside a Denny's diner near San Jose and sketched out a company on a napkin. Their vision? To create a special kind of computer chip that could render 3D images for video games far faster than any regular processor. With a budget of only $40,000, the trio named their project NV, short for next version. Later, they settled on Nvidia, inspired by the Latin word Nvidia, meaning envy, because they wanted other chip companies to be jealous of their success. The company's first 2 chips flopped, but in 1997, their Riva 128 finally gave PC gamers smooth 3D graphics. Then, in 1999, they launched the GeForce 256, the first chip they called a GPU, or Graphics Processing Unit. Think of it like a massive team of tiny artists, all drawing parts of an image at the same time, whereas in a CPU, you only have one artist alone doing it, which is a lot slower, as you can see. The chip was a hit. Nvidia went public and its technology even powered the first Microsoft Xbox. Through the 2000s, Nvidia cranked out a new chip family almost every year. Names like Fermi, Kepler, and Maxwell keeping gamers and engineers hooked. The rest is history. Nvidia kept innovating and its stock exploded once companies realized that training AI models requires powerful GPUs, and Nvidia makes the best. In just the last 5 years, the stock has skyrocketed from about $15 to nearly $180. In the last year alone, they made over $60 billion in revenue, mostly from data centers and gaming. Out of those $60 billion, they profited $44 billion, which correlates to a 73% profit margin. That is insane, and no other big company can do that right now. Most of them struggle to make even 20% profit. Microsoft. In second place, we have one of the most powerful tech giants in history, today valued at over $3 trillion. The story of Microsoft began in 1975, when 2 childhood friends, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, had a simple but bold idea: to put a computer in every home. Their first big break came when they licensed an operating system called MS-DOS to IBM in 1981. That deal cemented Microsoft as the brain inside nearly every personal computer. Then came Windows in 1985, giving ordinary people an easy graphical interface instead of typing endless lines of code. By the 1990s, opening Windows wasn't just a tech term, it was a daily habit for hundreds of millions. In 2001, Microsoft launched the Xbox, entering gaming with a bang and quickly becoming a rival to Sony's PlayStation. At the same time, Office software like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint became unavoidable tools for businesses and students worldwide. Lately, Microsoft has become one of the biggest players in AI, investing billions into OpenAI, which is the company behind ChatGPT. Financially, the numbers are staggering. In this year, Microsoft generated $281 billion in revenue, with profits exceeding $100 billion. Most of their revenue comes from their cloud service, Office apps, Windows, and gaming. Apple. In 1976, 2 young hobbyists, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, built a bare circuit board called the Apple I in Jobs' parents' garage. They sold it for $666.66 each, not much more than the cost of the parts, but it was the start of something massive. The real breakthrough came in 1977 with the Apple II, one of the first highly successful personal computers. Suddenly, computers weren't just for hobbyists or corporations. Families could have one in their living rooms. But Apple's journey wasn't always a straight line. In 1985, after internal clashes, Jobs was pushed out of the very company he had co-founded. Over the next decade, Apple stumbled, losing ground to Microsoft and other PC makers. Many thought the company was doomed. Then came the comeback. Steve Jobs returned in 1997, bringing with him a vision that transformed Apple from a struggling computer company into the world's most valuable brand. First came the iMac, then the iPod, revolutionizing how people listen to music. In 2007, Apple unveiled the iPhone, a product that didn't just change phones, but changed the entire world. The iPad followed in 2010, cementing Apple as a leader in consumer electronics. Today, the company is worth around $3.7 trillion, driven mostly by the iPhone sales and growing service businesses such as iCloud, Apple Music, and the App Store. In the last fiscal year alone, they generated over $385 billion in revenue, achieving profit margins of roughly 25%, which is very solid. Apple has become a cultural icon, not just selling products, but shaping how billions of people connect, work, and live. Next up, Google. In 1996, two Stanford PhD students, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, created a search engine with a new idea, ranking websites by the number of other sites that link to them. They first called it Backrub, but soon rebranded to Google, a play on Google, meaning a 1 followed by 100 zeros. The search engine quickly outperformed competitors, and in 2000, Google launched AdWords, the system that would make them a fortune. The genius idea was simple. Businesses could pay to appear in the top search results. Every time someone clicked, Google got paid. From there, the company exploded. Think about it. Every search you make, every YouTube ad you watch, every banner you see on a website using Google's tools, a small coin drops into Google's pocket. Multiply that by billions of people using their services every day, and you've got one of the most profitable engines in history. Today, Google's reach goes far beyond search. Products like Gmail, Maps, Chrome, and Android dominate their markets. Financially, the numbers are staggering. Last year, Alphabet, Google's parent company, generated over $300 billion in revenue, with more than 75% coming from advertising and profits of nearly $75 billion. That's the power of turning attention into money at a global scale. Amazon. In 1994, a former Wall Street executive named Jeff Bezos quit his job to sell books on the internet. He called the site Amazon after the largest river in the world because he envisioned building the world's largest bookstore. At first, people thought it was crazy, but Bezos believed that the internet would reshape commerce forever. Within its first month, Amazon was already selling books to customers in all 50 states and 45 different countries. From there, Amazon expanded relentlessly. Books turned into electronics, clothing, and eventually everything. They even got their own streaming platform and subscription services. The company is a juggernaut valued at around $2 trillion. Last year alone, it brought in over $575 billion in revenue, with AWS and advertising driving huge profits. Even though its retail margins are razor thin, Amazon dominates because of sheer scale, logistics, and customer obsession. Meta. In 2004, a 19-year-old Harvard student named Mark Zuckerberg launched a simple website called The Facebook from his dorm room. At first, it was just for Harvard students, but it quickly spread to other universities and then to the entire world. In 2012, Facebook made a bold move, acquiring Instagram for $1 billion. At the time, many thought it was overpriced. Today, Instagram is one of the most popular apps on Earth. Just 2 years later, they bought WhatsApp for $19 billion, giving Meta control over two of the world's largest messaging platforms. In 2021, Zuckerberg renamed the company to Meta, signaling a new focus on building the metaverse, a virtual world where people could work, play, and socialize. But so far, that vision hasn't really taken off. Just like all the other companies in this video, Meta is printing money as well. It's worth nearly $2 trillion in market cap, and the stock price has gone from $40 all the way to $750 in just 10 years. Saudi Aramco. Unlike the tech titans we've talked about so far, Saudi Aramco's empire is built on something far more traditional: oil. The company's roots trace back to 1933 when they struck black gold at the Dammam oil well, forever changing the country's destiny. By the 1950s, the Arabian American Oil Company, or Aramco for short, had become one of the most important oil producers in the world. And in 1980, the Saudi government took full ownership, transforming it into the state oil giant we know today, Saudi Aramco. Today, it is valued at around $1.5 trillion, making it one of the most valuable companies on the planet. Their dominance comes from sheer scale. They pump more than 10 million barrels of crude oil per day, making them the world's largest oil exporter. Financially, the numbers are staggering. In 2023, Aramco generated nearly $500 billion in revenue with profits of over $120 billion. That's the advantage of controlling some of the largest, cheapest to extract oil reserves on Earth. Lastly, we have Tesla, the electric car company that flipped the entire auto industry upside down. Founded in 2003, Tesla was originally started by a group of engineers who wanted to prove that electric vehicles could be faster, cooler, and more practical than gas-powered cars. A year later, entrepreneur Elon Musk joined as an early investor, eventually becoming the face and driving force of the company. What sets Tesla apart isn't just the cars, it's the ecosystem. From their supercharger network to battery technology to their bold push into self-driving AI. Tesla didn't just sell vehicles, they sold a vision of the future. Today, it's valued at around $1 trillion, making it the most valuable car company in the world. In 2023, they delivered nearly 1.8 million vehicles and generated over $95 billion in revenue, with profits of about $15 billion. Let us know in the comments if any of these companies surprised you and why. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.